Alright, hey everybody. This is the second part of the video I was talking about in the last video. Let's talk about the Marvel news from the Disney Investors Day. So, starting off, a second WandaVision trailer just came out. The official release date of this will be on January 15th. It's on Disney+. After watching the trailer, I definitely think this takes place as a result of Wanda destroying Vision's stone. Now, maybe she absorbs some of its power, and so it's messing with her mind. And so what we see in the show is how she's viewing reality, and maybe she's still doing this. Now, whether or not the show takes place before Endgame or after, who knows? But this easily could be in that 5-year gap, and she was viewing reality in this very bizarre way. Her mind is definitely messed up. Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness has an official release date of March 25th, 2022. They announced the cast as well, and they officially came out and said, it does tie to WandaVision and the next Spider-Man film. And now that has been my theory for a very long time now, that WandaVision introduces the multiverse, and, we see Monica Rambeau in the WandaVision trailer again, and this time she's like, I don't even know where I am, so I think she's from a different universe, because that's the older version of her. WandaVision introduces the multiverse, Doctor Strange 2 explores the multiverse, and Spider-Man 3 is almost going to be a consequence of the multiverse. So, we're going to get all 3 Spider-Man. We're going to get the Sinister Six, one villain from each of these universes, at least, maybe 2 from each, and so on and so forth. We have all these returning actors and whatnot. I definitely think this is the game plan and how that's going to go down. Another potential thing is that maybe Monica Rambeau in WandaVision isn't even real. Like, she's like a figment of Wanda's imagination. And then when we see the real Monica Rambeau, and I'll get to that later, Wanda's like, oh, maybe I had like a premonition type thing about you. And then moving forward, we can deal with that. They announced that the Falcon Winter Soldier will officially come out on March 19th. We got a trailer for that looks very good. As Falcon says in the trailer, the legacy of that shield is complicated, so I'm very excited to see how this ends up. They talked a bit about Black Widow. Now we know Black Widow was supposed to come out earlier this year, but of course because of COVID it got delayed. But they did explain that this movie chronicles Natasha's efforts to deal with her history as a spy long before she became an Avenger. So part of me feels like the Black Widow solo movie will take place over a number of years. Maybe over a 10-year span. Maybe we'll see her join the Avengers and then post-Avengers, and in between that time of Civil War and Infinity War, maybe some more during Endgame. But I think it's going to be a very broad movie, so very interested. They said it's going to come out May 7th, 2021. They showed a trailer for Loki. I didn't realize how much of this they actually had filmed, because I know they started filming and then COVID happened. So once they got filming back up in the summertime, I'm assuming they filmed a whole ton of it, because it's coming out in May 2021. That looks really good. We know that's the Loki from Endgame that escaped from the other reality because he got the Space Stone. There's one part in the trailer that potentially looks like Natasha's there. Some people were saying, is he going to revive Natasha? I don't think that's necessarily possible, but there could be a breach of realities type of thing, and he sees her kill herself. I don't know. They announced that production just wrapped up on Shang-Chi, and that movie will be coming out July 9th, 2021. They also had a little sizzle reel for the Miss Marvel TV show, showing some behind-the-scenes type of stuff. That's coming out late 2021. This is very interesting. Brie Larson is going to come back as Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel 2. The actress playing Miss Marvel, Iman Vellani, she's going to be in the show. And so is Monica Rambeau, and the actress who plays her in WandaVision is going to play her again in Captain Marvel 2, Teyonah Parris. So that's going to be very interesting. We're going to have the 3 Captain Marvels, or I should say the 3 Miss Marvels. Because we know Captain Marvel's, and that's not the best. But yeah, so I think that's going to be very interesting. We're going to have all 3 Miss Marvels in the Captain Marvel 2 movie, and that's going to come out on November 11th, 2022. They didn't really say anything about Eternals, besides just they reiterated the cast. And we know there's a trailer out there because they showed it in 2019's Brazil Comic-Con. So kind of surprised they didn't show it to us now. Maybe they'll show it to us soon, within the next couple of months. Kind of weird. It's assuming it's going to come out next year, 2021, because this movie was done, just delayed for COVID. So I don't really know. They talked about the Hawkeye show, how it's going to have Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, and Jeremy Renner's going to be there as well. A lot of these things I believe that they're announcing are going to be a lot of passing of the torch. So pay attention to that stuff. This is what's interesting. Tim Roth is returning as the Abomination in the She-Hulk TV show. So that's very interesting because they're kind of continuing on this thread of story from 2008 when Edward Norton was the Hulk. I'm very interested in this She-Hulk TV show. And also Mark Ruffalo is going to be in the show. So again, maybe a passing of the torch. Maybe when, I don't know. I really don't know because that's such an old story and something that hasn't been continued in a long time. And, is even a different actor. So I'm very excited about the She-Hulk TV show. They didn't say anything about Moon Knight, but we recently learned that Oscar Isaac was going to be Moon Knight. So that'll be good. This is very, very, very interesting. So Samuel Jackson is back as Nick Fury, and Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel is returning as the Skrull Talos. They're going to be in a TV show called Secret Invasion. Any of you comic book fans know exactly what this show is going to be about. And I am ridiculously excited that they're doing Invasion. I totally think one of the Avengers that we've known and loved for the last 10 years has been a Skrull this entire time, and we're going to find out in this show. So very, very excited about that. They're going to do Secret Invasion, and I think that's going to lead into Secret Wars. I mean, this is just, it's about to blow up. Marvel's doing everything. They did Infinity War, which is one of their biggest storylines, and they said, you know what? We're going to get crazy now. We're going to do Multiverse. We're going to do Spideyverse. We're going to do Secret Invasion. It's just, they're going crazy with this stuff. So I'm very, very excited for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They also announced an Ironheart TV show. So those that don't know, so Iron Man dies in the comics a couple times. He's dead in the MCU. There's been different characters that kind of replace his mantle as that type of a figure in the world. But there's an actual character. Her name is Riri Williams. She is a genius kid. She basically makes herself an Iron Man armor, and she calls herself Ironheart for Tony Stark. So that should be interesting. Okay, now this sounds really good. So Don Cheadle is going to return in his own TV show, and it's going to be called Armor Wars. And in this show, it's literally going to explore what happened when Tony Stark's biggest fear came true. So what happens when his technology falls into the wrong hand? So even though in Iron Man 3 you saw him blow up all his armor, clearly there were 6 more years of him fighting as Iron Man. So I think after his death, someone went and stole a bunch of his armor, and then War Machine has to go clean up. And funny enough, kind of harkens back a little bit to the Marvel's Avengers game, because we see that happen in that storyline, that AIM gets his technology. So I'm very excited to see where this is going. Very funny news is that we're going to technically get 4 Guardians of the Galaxy movies because, along with the main 3 that we know already, and the third one's supposed to come out in 2023, we are getting a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which is going to come back in 2022. It's only going to Disney+, and James Gunn is back to write and direct. That's going to be hilarious. James Gunn had said that he actually loved the Star Wars holiday special as a kid, and recently they made a Lego Star Wars holiday special. I personally love it. I think it's really funny. I've watched it several times already since it came out. So very excited about this. It'll be very funny. They're going to have a series of shorts on Disney Plus, and it's called I Am Groot. It's about baby Groot. So, that should be interesting. They announced that Christian Bale will be joining the cast of Thor, Love and Thunder, and he's going to be the villain Gore the God Butcher. And that movie's coming out May 6, 2022. This is exciting. They announced an Ant-Man 3. It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They're going to be exploring the quantum realm. Evangeline Lilly's back, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, everybody's back. And then Catherine Newton is going to join the cast as Cassie Lang, because obviously Cassie's now an older person. And they announced the villain, and this is fucking crazy. The villain is going to be Kang the Conqueror, and Jonathan Majors is going to be playing him. That is big, crazy news. That's going to be insane. He's not going to be the villain just for this movie. He's going to start off here, and then he's just going to branch out everywhere. Kind of like how technically Thanos was one of the villains in Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers. But this is going to be insane, because they can try to stop Kang the Conqueror if they want, but they're going to have to come back for him. That movie's going to be very, very good. And I personally love the first 2 Ant-Man movies. I think they're very funny. It's a very different tone than most of the other Marvel stuff, and they're just a good time. Black Panther 2 is going to come out on July 8th, 2022. It's being written and directed by Ryan Coogler. He did the first movie, and they did say that they're going to honor Chadwick Boseman's legacy and Anna's portrayal of T'Challa, and they're not going to recast the character, but that this movie is going to explore the world of Wakanda and the rich characters that was introduced in the first film. So I think it's very possible we're going to see Shuri take over the mantle as king, or I guess now queen. I don't know if she was going to even put on a Black Panther suit or make her own suit. I feel like she's going to make her own version of the armor and then his armor is going to be like there's going to be a statue of it somewhere, and it's going to be like a praying place, So that's very good news. And then they did announce that John Watts is going to direct Fantastic Four movie. They had just a quick little 4-second clip of just like the emblem. So I'm assuming that movie's in early development. They did not announce a time frame of when it's going to come out or even the cast, but very exciting. I mean, I liked, what was it, 2007, 2009 or whatever, Fantastic Four movies with Chris Evans. The reboot from, what was it, 2016, Fan Four Stick? Yeah, that was rough, of course, very bad movie. So I'm very excited to see this. I'm excited to see Marvel do this movie properly. They did not announce anything with X-Men, but again, I don't think they're going to announce X-Men stuff until they announce more Inhuman stuff. Miss Marvel's going to do that, and then they're doing Fantastic Four. So I think they got to build out the universe a bit before they do X-Men. It also gives us a break from the current X-Men movies, and then we're going to start craving it even more. So yeah, that was a lot of news, all very exciting, great stuff. A great way for us to look beyond 2020 and be very excited for the future. So it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see all of it. So if you stuck around to the very end, thank you. I'm going to have some of the trailers linked below, so if you want to check them out yourself, I know I had them playing in the background, but if you just want to watch them and listen to them in all their glory, you can. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys for the next one.